Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I'm here with my weekly Moon Day message. This is going to be a message for the week of August 16th, 2021, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what you can expect to find here today if you are new to my page. But let me just give it a moment, make sure people can see me and make sure people can hear me okay, that there is no technical crazies going on. So, hi Dawn, Maria. Welcome, beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. How are you? How you feeling on this Magic Monday? Hi, Eleanor. Welcome, lovely. Jillian, welcome. Zeb, welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for being here. I'm so happy that you beautiful goddesses can all make it today. Yeah, so how's the sound? Is it okay? Is anybody having any issues? Oh, Dawn. Oh, no. We'll tap into that too. Let me get to the energy forecast. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Oh, thank you, gorgeous one. Thank you for that. Rochelle, welcome, gorgeous. Just doing a quick mic check. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that, lovely. Matthew, welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, Jillian, did you pick up on that? Thank you, gorgeous. I'm totally in my blue vibes today. Absolutely. Actually, I think it's been that way. The whole energy and the magic of the blue since this, probably since the whole, Syrian Lionsgate Gateway really started opening back at the end of July. I really felt that blue. So, hi, Laura. Welcome. Sure I didn't miss anything. All right, so thank you all for the feedback with that. For those of you who are new to my page, welcome and thank you so much for being here. I do hope that you enjoy what you find here. So every Monday or in divine timing, as long as I'm able to, I do like to go live to bring forward a message of higher guidance and insight into the week ahead. So really give us an awareness as to what is going on, the energetic theme that might be coming up, to really give us that empowerment to flow with the energy. And having that awareness is the empowerment, because oftentimes when we don't have any idea what is going on in the world around us, in the energetics, if you will, and even with the planets, it really does make for it to feel very, we can feel very at a loss, kind of struggling and challenged and kind of trying to swim against the flow of energy versus with the flow of energy. Hi, Annie. Welcome, lovely. Thank you for being here. So this really does give us that extra hand, if you will, in getting through the energy of the week and really using it to our power versus just kind of being swept up and kicked around. So that's why I like to do these messages. I set the intention that they are for the highest and greatest good of all concerned. So if you find yourself here, I do also set that intention that all those meant to receive the messages, they do find themselves here, whether they are watching live or on replay, even months from now. There's going to be something that is very important for you to hear, or it's going to resonate with you in your own unique way. So these are not individualized readings here today. I'm doing a generalized overview for all of us as one, and really what we all need to know. So with that said, I do offer private readings and I do offer private healing sessions, both remotely and in person. So if you're interested in exploring that further, you can always send me a message or you can check out my services on my page. Okay. So before I do the Moon Day message, I like to talk a little bit about any news and announcements I have going on here or with my sister business, Oracles of the Light. I also like to then go into the energy forecast and talk really about what might be coming up this week astrologically that's going to play into any energy we need to be aware of. and then what I might have been feeling as well, and that might help you if you yourself have been feeling or experiencing something like that. Then I pull the Moon Day message using an oracle card deck that kind of jumps out at me that wants to be heard this week. And then I work with a mudra for all of us. So I'll talk more about what mudras are when we get there. For now, we're going to just go into the news and announcements. Hi, Flo. Hi, Daniel. Welcome. Anybody else that popped in? Sometimes it doesn't let me see who's here, so don't hesitate to drop a comment. And Cindy, perfect timing. Look at that. You made it live. Thanks for being here. Okay, so most of you already know this, but for those of you that do not, I do have another business called the Oracles of the Light, and that is run by myself as well as two of my soul sisters, Lindsay and Karen. And we also kind of, cross share and everything like that. So the only announcement that I really have going on right now is that Oracles of the Light will be in person at Black and Blue Restaurant and Lounge in Easton, Pennsylvania on August 29th. I believe that's a Sunday evening from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will be offering in-person oracle card readings. So Black and Blue is actually hosting the Animal Defenders of the Greater Lehigh Valley, who are advocates for, helping to rescue animals that are, on the brink of being slaughtered. I've really seen one of its advocates, Cheryl, really step in and do some amazing things for animals in need. They are also really big in promoting more of a vegan lifestyle and helping people to come more into that awareness and what you can do to really adopt that lifestyle for yourself if you choose to. So they are actually, it's a fundraiser for that organization, and it'll be hosted at Black and Blue Restaurant. So it will be all vegan food. There's going to be live music. There's going to be obviously oracle card readings with me and the other two oracles. There will also be a 50-50 going on, as well as, I want to say, a Chinese auction. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, we're only there from 5 to 8. So there is no pre-booking. 50% of all of our proceeds are going to be donated back to the organization Animal Defenders of the Greater Lehigh Valley, as well as some of the proceeds from the food, from the drinks. They're all also going to be benefiting the Animal Defenders of the Greater Lehigh Valley. Sorry, it's a mouthful to get out there, so I want to make sure I didn't botch it. So we're going to be having a lot of fun. Come on out, have an in-person reading with us. Most of you know that we don't often get to offer in-person readings, so that's quite a treat, because our facility is not set up for that. It is only a healing facility, so we only really offer in-person readings when we are at events. So this would be a great time for you to come out. Readings are going to be $20 for 15 minutes, and again, 50% of those proceeds are going back to the fundraiser. So we would love, love, love to see you all there. There's an event that's been created on my page here, as well as on Oracles, if you want more information on that. Okay. All right. So I think that was everything with that. There's not really a whole lot more to announce other than registration for my online Spiral Temple is actually going on right now. Doors will close for the Spiral Temple on September 21st. So this is an online Sacred Feminine Awakening school. It's a 10-month course, and every single month we work with different ways of activating, awakening, and healing our inner feminine. And it's really essentially to guide you into stepping more into your sovereignty and really embodying the energy of the different goddesses and their journeys and their empowerment and what they bring to our lives. So we work with many different goddesses throughout the year, from Kuan Yin, from Mary Magdalene, from Rhiannon, you name it. We also work in alignment with the wheel of the year and the different solstices, and really helping to align our bodies into coming back to harmonization with the earth and with those seasons, as that is so important. So it is a really wonderful tool for self-love, self-empowerment, and really getting you into a monthly practice and of really, different things that you can do to harness your own inner feminine and to really bring healing to anything that might be disempowering you or any wounds that you might be carrying, even if they are ancestral or karmic. So it's an incredible journey. The event is on my page if you're interested in more information. It also breaks down every month what we'll be doing. This is pre-recorded videos, so you get invited to a private Facebook group with a sisterhood, because that's probably one of my favorite things about the Spiral Temple is that it advocates and creates a sisterhood of light coming together, and you really are journeying with other women online from all over the world, and you come together to move through these cycles, but you are also learning on your own time. So you have the pre-recorded videos to watch, the activities that follow, and each month does come with a light language guided meditation with me. So you're also being activated and bringing forth, helping to embody that healing energy. So pretty potent. They are, again, it's all pre-recorded. You're in a private Facebook group where you're learning at your own time, at your own speed. And then we do also do kind of like bi-monthly live Zoom meetups where everybody can kind of connect, come together, and really share their experiences. So yeah, if you are interested, there's more information there. For those of you who have already graduated from level 1 of the Spiral Temple, level 2 is also available, and the registration doors close for that September 21st also. So this is where we begin to actually start to harness that magic and start to utilize it in different ways, and putting, helping to be more of the bridge between the worlds to help the healing for the collective and for the planet. So if you're interested in that, for those of you who've already been working with me through level 1, that's also available. Okay, so I think that's it as far as news and announcements go at the moment. Thank you, Jillian. Oh, I love you. All right, see if I missed anything. And then we're going to get into it. Dawn said, oh, hi, Allison. Welcome, love. I'm so happy that you do, and I'm so happy that you can find yourself here. Wonderful. Hi, Fran. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I know that Dawn said that she actually feels like she got hit by a truck today. And I've kind of had some up and down experiences with that, whereas previous couple of, I would say more into last week, I did have some mornings where I woke up feeling incredibly achy and sore, and throughout the day, different parts of my body feeling really achy, kind of feeling a little cloudy and disoriented too. And what I will say about that is that I've noticed on 2 different occasions very close together that Schumann resonance, which is basically the Earth's electromagnetic field, and that is, it gets measured, and sometimes it spikes. Different things will, whether it be solar flares, different cosmic alignments, will actually create that energy to spike. And as above, so below, as within, so without, we are mirrors to that. So when the Earth's electromagnetic frequency spikes or jumps, we tend to notice it kind of like a jolt or a shock to our system. And I think last week it was almost like back to back, it went complete blackout. There was no frequency movement whatsoever. Nothing could even be recorded. It completely blacked out. And then a few days later, it completely went white out on the scale. And now white out is like a complete spike and jump in the energy. And I believe they record that as fifth dimensional energies coming in. So that's big. That tells us that we went through kind of almost like a reset, and then quickly realigned us, and we jumped up. So that probably could be contributing, and I haven't looked at it in the last couple of days, so I'm not sure what it's doing, but I will say that I woke up this morning feeling a little foggy, a little clouded and sleepy. And a couple of people also have mentioned that to me too, that they were feeling the same way. So, there's things that are going on. I'll talk about that too. But mine quickly shifted. It really, I also had a session, an early morning session, so that really quickly shifted it. So what I will say is maybe coming when you, if able to, feeling those, really just allowing yourself to regroup, maybe coming down, anchoring your energy into the earth, and then bringing that energy back up to the heavens, and then recentering yourself in your heart, and really just being, because it really helps to keep you nice and anchored, grounded, but then also helps you to kind of be realigned, and then basically creating that pillar of light, bridge between the worlds there. So that's, and it's like very re-energizing at the same time. So that's a good idea when you feel that way. I do know that beyond that, I've felt incredibly empowered. I've been feeling so, I guess the only way that I can explain that is like in a state of bliss, you know, like feeling very like euphoric and very happy. And don't get me wrong, there have been some circumstances that have happened to, you know, that could potentially be challenging or create triggers. So I've had those moments too. But what I noticed was that I was really able to really quickly regroup myself or redirect myself and see things from a completely different perspective. So I didn't allow it to impact me in a negative way or create, you know, send me into that spiral. So I really felt very grounded, if you will, and just really able to detach very easily. And I know that's not always easy, but always trying to kind of take a step back, pause, ground. That better allows us to detach so we can see something from, not to ignore, but to just see it from a different perspective so that we can approach it in a more beneficial way, I guess I could say. So that, some of you might have seen my post the other day that Venus on her path of ascension, as she is currently in that phase of ascent right now, on her path of ascension, she entered the next gateway, which was August 11th. And that gateway was in the heart chakra. And so when we're moving, you know, we've got the planet of love and relationships and also all things beautiful, you know, very much into nature, also dealing with the finances, moving into the heart-centered area, that is bound to open the floodgates for all things to feel, you know, we're kind of like we're reclaiming our hearts, if you will, and allowing ourselves to be more inspired and to view things from more of a loving, compassionate space than we were able to before, if that makes any sense. On that note, yesterday or today, depending on where you're at in the world, Venus actually just left Virgo after maybe she might have been here for like over a month or so. She just shifted into Libra, which is one of her Venus. Oh my goodness, I can't get it out. Venus is actually rules Libra and Taurus. So this is basically like a home space for Venus. So Libra being about that unity and balance, this is a very comfortable space. And from what I felt today, it's like bursting our hearts open wide and allowing us to go into experiences with our hearts wide open versus in the past we may have had our hearts kind of shut down to something for fear of, you know, being hurt or for fear of just, you know, not understanding how to maneuver in that sort of a, you know, unknown territory. This to me, the energetics of that feels very much that divine feminine. We've got the number 13. We just experienced Friday the 13th as well. And that's very much the energy and number of the sacred feminine, the goddess. For many different reasons I won't go into right now, but I will share on my page for anybody who wants more information. So it's really to me about anchoring and harnessing that goddess, empress, feminine, queen, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I don't mean that in a way that is to be, you know, more feminine. I mean it in a way that is to be more receptive, more in your feeling space versus, you know, when all of us, women and men, when we're in more of our masculine, we tend to be more in our mind than in our feeling and in our heart space. And oftentimes because of that, we will overthink situations and block them out or shut them down before we even give them a chance. Whereas now we're being more receptive and we're being asked to be more receptive, more open and feminine, because in that feminine state is when we're actually much more productive. And it sounds like it would make sense. You would think being in the whole action oriented masculine, we'd be more productive, but oh no. we got to create it first. We got to harness that energy first. So it's about being much more in that space. So I feel like that's what Venus in Libra is actually facilitating for us. And I want to say it's in this space until September 10th or something like that, where it's the next new moon, I want to say. So it's in that space until then. So that's we've got a while in there. So I feel like it's going to be just creating all this space of like everybody being in that more flowy state of love and just kind of, wanting to see the best in every situation. So harness that, utilize that, right? It's important because it does that feeling space and that being in that space of love and just feeling alive with love for all things. That really does help to raise our vibration and shift us and up beyond any struggles and challenges, and really helps us to see them differently so we can kind of sail right through. Okay. Let me see. On that note, maybe why we're going to need this more is because on the 19th of this month, we actually have the planet Uranus, which is the awakener, the shaker, the kind of break that foundation open and let that light in, let that love in. That actually goes retrograde on the 19th. So when that happens, it's giving us more of an opportunity to reflect. So in my personal perspective and opinion, I could see circumstances arising that might have the potential to shake us or even make us take a step back and maybe even throw us off course a little bit. But this is brilliant because it's providing the opportunity for us to look through those heart eyes, that eye within the center of our heart, that space of love, and look at it differently, which is then going to ask you to, how is this serving love? Or how can I best embody love with this situation happening? So it might actually be situations that you now feel much more empowered and in love with yourself to step away from circumstances because you say, I recognize that this it doesn't serve what I want to embody as love, or what I foresee and perceive to be love, because now we're able to really see and feel in a different way, if that makes any sense. So it's helping us it's basically giving us the keys to liberation in some way or another. So it's really helping to shake things up for us so that we can best let that love light in. Okay, hope that makes sense. So again, that could look very different depending upon where you're at in your journey and what you have going on in your life. But remember, when things happen, to take that step back, practicing that pause, and to allow yourself that retrograde energy to reflect, realign, and even to perhaps redesign the course of action for yourself. Okay. So that is another thing going on this week. It doesn't stop there. Hey, Lynette, welcome, gorgeous. Thanks for popping in. Let me take a drink real quick. It doesn't stop there. Oh, no. So you can really see the lineup happening. It's like building you, giving you all this. And like, whoosh, but it's here. And now hurry up and get on track because now we have the full moon, full blue moon in Aquarius for the second time in a 1 month cycle on the 22nd of this month. So that's also bringing about, all full moons are a time of empowerment. So they give you that oomph to really kind of step into that. Like, I got this, I could do this, and where are the times you might have felt a little hesitant, reluctant, afraid. Now it's giving you that extra oomph, the empowerment that you need to step boldly beyond what isn't, what is ready to be embraced or what is ready to be left behind, because full moons are also the completion of the moon's cycle there. So it's coming full circle. Now, I said this is the second in a 1 month time, which makes it a blue moon. And so at that, we're also kind of going to have to like look back now to the first full moon in this connection in Aquarius. It was also in Aquarius. And that was on July 23rd. So maybe you can take a look back to that time to see what was coming up around that time and what might have been started at that time. And now you can actually see how it's ready to come full circle and you're ready to make that break, break free, or utilizing all of the skills, the information that's come forward, because this doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Essentially everything is good anyways, because it's all for our highest good no matter what. But this could really be amazing. This could really be monumental for you and really help to push you forward like that. So I have to say, I love the fact that it's blue. Blue, you heard me talking in the beginning, for those of you that were here in the beginning, about how I really feel alive with this blue energy that we have been receiving from Sirius, and with the Lion's Gate that happened, since actually started with the Galactic New Year on July 26th. So right at that time of that last full moon. So, Sirius is the embodiment of the blue ray, blue energy, and that really is the stepping into your truth, justice, things coming full circle. It's empowerment, but it's also about the first ray, is the blue ray, is the divine will. So it's really helping you to align more with like your divine plan, which then is in alignment with the divine's plan, you see. So it's really helping to move us and shift us strategically into the path of our bliss, that euphoric love that I said, I was feeling. So it's not solely a romantic thing when I talk about the love and, Venus alignment there, but it absolutely can be. So, so there might be some potentials for some serious dynamic combos coming in regards to partnerships. Partnerships that you're already in could just be suddenly shooting through the roof and, rising to a whole new level. This is a really great energy for all of that as well. But for me too, like I said, I really just felt like the love of life, just this bliss. And, that's really interesting, because you would think, considering, world events and whatnot, you would ordinarily probably think, well, how do you feel that way when you hear where everything is going on? And I think that's what's necessary for us, to not be oblivious, but to be detached from the energies of it, to really feel like, but at this moment in time, I'm okay. At this moment in time, how can I best serve love? And how can love best serve me? So I think that's a really great perception to take into this week with us when we have all these major things going on. Also, the 23rd, the sun moves into the sign of Virgo and leaves Leo. So Virgo is very much that, I always see Virgo linked with Venus too. Venus just left Virgo today. So it is that energy of purity, of earth goddess energy. It's also very much about, the sign of Virgo can be very practical, very organized, and very, very analytical. But also very heart-centered, where Virgo is always wanting to do for someone, is always wanting the best for someone. And I think that's another thing that I've maybe mentioned in my post a few days back about the Virgo Venus gateway moving into the heart gateway. And it's about now giving out that love. And that's what I feel. I just really feel like love is just pouring out of me. I feel it, so I want to just give it out, So it's like that. It's like really pouring out that love. And that's what Virgo is all about. So you can see how this is helping to get organized in a way that is more flowing in your divine plan. But again, there might be some shaking up and some bumps along the way, but use them to your power and, obviously analyze what you can do to transcend, or how it's teaching you to maybe shapeshift and adapt into new circumstances versus in the old, rigid, structured way of doing things or being. Okay. Hope that makes sense, everybody. Hey, Karen. Welcome. Thanks for being here. You just missed I did the news and announcements. Obviously, you know those, but the energy forecast, so you know you can catch that back on replay. So, how's everything? Is everybody still able to hear and see me okay and everything? Make sure all is good before I get moving further. Oh, no problem, lovely. Thanks, Lynette. I appreciate that. All right. So we've got some magic, some serious magic this week that might challenge your perception. But that's good, because that's exactly what is needed to shift us up, you know, and into blossoming into that full potential, you know, that I don't like the word higher. I got to find another word for that, but that evolved, ascended aspect of self. Hello, beautiful Meredith. Welcome. Thanks for being here, gorgeous. I just completed the energy forecast, so you can check that back out on replay if you like. Glad you made it. So going into the, yes, I know I haven't seen you in forever. I hope everything's magical and great on your end. So I have decided to work with Cheryl Yambrick Rose's Starstream Oracle. Okay. I feel like it's so relevant because it's got the energy of the galactics as well as the more earthier energy in there. Especially we've been in this whole galactic vibe this last month, so I'm loving that. Oh, and FYI, speaking of galactic, for those of you that missed out on and you know reached out to me that you never got to see it in time, it was already sold out, missed out on our Magical Oracles Galactic Sound Bath experience, we actually will be hosting another live one in person. And it's going to be, I have not created the event yet, and I have not posted any of the details on it, but just giving you a heads up now before I forget, it's going to be 2 nights so that we can accommodate others, because not everybody, because we obviously space being limited and not everybody was able to make it. So we're going to be doing it the September 9th and September 10th. And that is also going to fall on the energy of the new moon. So just a heads up, if you're interested in attending that, mark those dates on your calendars. We'll be in the evening. Okay. All right. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Let's bring it on in to sacred space. And just relax your body. Release the breath through your mouth. And take another deep breath in. And release. Just allowing all stress and tension and worry to leave your body, to leave your mind as we begin to drop our minds down into our heart space, our feeling center. And one more time, nice deep breath in and release. All right. So let us see what guidance comes forward for the collective good for the week of August 16th, 2021. I thought it was coming out. It didn't come out. Oh, got 2. Yay. Oh my. So yes, this message has been loud and clear today. So I already understand it. Got it. I'm going to embody this week. We had this card, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Not sure when. The first one ultimately is the 39, which breaks down to be a 3 numerically. And to me, 3s represent creation and the creational phase and that gestational creation energy when the idea is in the seeding stage, and it needs a little bit more time to be harnessed to create that new life, if you will, and that birth that big picture or the results of what it's going to look like. 3 to me is also the number of a cycle coming full circle. So it does kind of make sense with what I've been saying about how things, they could be coming to completion from, could be just from that last full moon in July, and it's kind of coming up this week for completion. But ultimately, it's to align you to be able to step forward into a new cycle, because I do also see 3 as the birthing of an entire new cycle, a new chapter in your life. So very, very powerful number there. And the card is the Redwood Diva. And it says, enter the silence and listen. I love this. And, I've got to address it. It really very much to me, taking the face away, it very much to me looks like the entrance to a cave, or even the entrance to a yoni, in that regard, where it is that creational womb space, that gestational place where we go into before we are rebirthed again, if you will. So then obviously you've got the feminine connection there, which is really further bringing awareness into our sacred feminine energy. So it is asking us to come into ourselves, to come into that sacred silence, in the stillness. You heard me say in the empathy forecast, I talked about how it kind of seems like it doesn't make any sense that you would think that the action-oriented energy of the masculine is what is, the masculine energy is what is needed in order to create something and birth something or put something out there. And it is, but first and foremost, it's got to also be gestated, right? It's got to be created. And in order for that to happen, we have to come into the silence of just being, and that feminine receptive place of allowing ourselves to receive the guidance, the wisdom, the clarity, what it is, or the inspiration even. So we can only truly, it's like, somebody actually had reached out to me right before Moon Day, and we were talking about a experience that they had where they went into a camping trip, and they went all alone, and shared experiences. They went there to basically gain insight and clarity. And sure enough, they received it. And the first thing that I had said was, I absolutely love that you went to nature to hear your soul. And that's exactly this. It's about coming into ourselves. And if you can utilize nature and connecting into the trees, into the earth, oh my God, I just read what Maria said. 3 is also the number of the Empress in Tarot. Yes, you're absolutely right. And the Empress actually aligns with Venus. So that divine mother energy. So, and I literally was just talking about the Empress today. So once again, oh God, all the validations, all full circle. I'm loving that magic. So yeah, so really coming into the self that the Empress is the divine mother energy, and she is abundant with life, and what she's creating in the world, and what she's also sharing and giving into the world. But she is also that receptive space of where the magic begins. So absolutely coming into this. Meredith, you are in, I know that you're located in California. Are you anywhere near Muir Woods? I wanted to visit Muir Woods when I was in California, but I didn't get the opportunity to. But this is where all those sacred redwoods, oh my goodness, this is what she's talking about. This is what Cheryl's talking about, is Muir Woods, I'm sure of it. And the Redwood Devas there. So really coming into yourself though. And you are, ultimately at the end of the day, we are the trees of life. We are the axis mundi, the point between heaven and earth. And so it's it's coming back into ourselves to allow ourselves to receive, again, all of that magical goodness and wisdom and truth and inspiration and clarity, the answers to questions. This is it. This is that opportunity. And we can only hear it when we come back into that space of receptivity, to just be still. So this week, take a lot of time out to do that. Now, the card that comes along with this, it's just like the cherry on top of the cake. It's a 9. 3 and 9. They go together. They're like beginning and end. And, create it and you achieve it. So it's well, I should go into saying with 9 is like the completion of a cycle. It's like that ultimate success in achieving what you set out to and that goal. It can also talk a little bit about, interestingly enough, Virgo is the 9 energy there. So yet another confirmation. But yes, there could be sometimes with a 9, you see like emotions like on extreme. You could have like extreme highs and extreme lows. But again, remember to find that tree. You're the tree. You find that middle ground there, coming into that sacred centeredness. And I said in the beginning, I don't know if all of you heard me, but in the beginning, I think I mentioned too about that feeling out of sorts, feeling gloomy. It's always a good idea to take that step back and ground. And I just really like to see my roots and my energy going down into Mother Earth and anchoring there. And then I allow Mother Earth to nourish me, to fill me with her love and light. And I pull that up through all of my chakras, kind of like anchor it there in my heart. And then I send it all the way back up into the higher realms, all the way back into source in the creational womb space there in love. And then I allow that to nourish me still and flow back down and come and anchor back into my heart space. And that is a holy trinity. That is the axis mundi, the bridge between the worlds. And so that within itself helps us to really remain anchored in any situations that come up, to see them more fully with clarity, I should say. The card is touch the grail. Your goal is within reach. And I don't think that needs any further explaining. So, enter the silence to receive clarity, insight, inspiration, guidance, wisdom. And that's what is necessary. And you receive what is necessary to help you closer to achieving your goal, whatever that may be. And it's okay if you don't even know what that goal is right now. Essentially, you're going to be aligned with it. But it's oh so important to come back to center. Okay? Come back to self and allow yourself to open to receive it. How often do we block ourselves from receiving? That's something that is really overlooked. Somebody wants to do something for you, but you tell them, oh no, that's not necessary. Thank you. You don't have to do that. Somebody wants to give something to you. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. No? Well, why not? Allow yourself to graciously receive, accept the blessings that the universe is sending to you. Because when you do, more come. All right? And then you can take all that goodness, all that magic, and fill your grail back up. And then you have an overabundance of it to pay it forward and pour some back out for others. And then what? This cycle returns itself back to you, and you see this beautiful magical birthing cycle of love and abundance and receptivity and giving and receiving happening. So the universe has your back. There's so much that you already have waiting for you. You're already blessed. It is just a matter of allowing yourself to come into the silence long enough to receive it. Okay. Hi, beautiful Carmela. No problem at all, lovely, but happy Moon Day, and thank you for being here. I hope that you're having an amazing Monday. All right, so that was our Moon Day message. I hope that you all enjoy it and that you can remember that. And remember, the replays are always here. If you ever need to come back in and just, hear it again, just to kind of, I know I need to sometimes, where I need to let me go back and see what it was that came up this week. Because from Monday to like Wednesday or Thursday, I already forgot. And I'm like, was that this week? So, and you know, and when things happen, it's really easy for the emotions to go up and we forget we've got to come right back. We got to come back down, pull ourselves back down and go back in and re-listen. Sometimes it's just that little bit of redirection that we need to make it all happen. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that. Lynette. Yeah. You know what? I would say, girl, me too, but that happened last night. So I'm open to receiving it again. I'm open to receiving all the blessings the universe wants to send my way as I graciously open to receive. Okay. All right, my loves. So mudra time. Moon Day Mudra or Mudra. I am working with a deck called Mudras for Awakening the Energy Body by Alison D. Nicola. And I like to work with mudras because they really do take the information that we received here and it helps us to actually then take the action. So it's like open to receive and now take the action, which is the masculine. So it's got that beautiful energy of, making something align through openly receiving and then also putting action into it, making it happen. So these are really powerful tools of empowerment and healing. So the word mudra itself is Sanskrit and it translates into the word seal. These seals are formed with our hands. Within our hands, we have palm chakras, and within our fingertips, they're all connected to the elements. And so they act as activators that activate the seal that links into our energy centers known as chakras. Now, all of our chakras control different aspects of our physical body. They link into also our emotional bodies, our mental bodies, our spiritual bodies, and even our astral bodies. So when we work with a mudra, it's like we channel power and energy, life force energy, I should say, into these energy centers and the energy center that directly corresponds to that mudra, because each mudra links to one or more chakras. So we channel the energy into those energy centers. It helps to move the energy, and that's what we want. We're supposed to be fluid, flowing like the creational waters of Mama Gaia and Mama Universe, if you will. So really having that energy to flow through us, because when it doesn't flow and it gets blocked up, that it acts like a kinked hose and it can eventually either burst, which then trickles into our physical body and not only create the emotional discord, mental imbalances and discord, but it can also create physical dis-ease and ailments within our body. So it's so important for us to have that healthy flow of energy moving through us. So this is what mudras do for us, and they are powerful. They have been being used for thousands of years. And to this day, the Tibetan monks are, they're said to still use them. They're widely used in many different spiritual healing practices and modalities. So simple, effective tools to take your power into your own hands, literally. Okay. So I like to actually pull a mudra for all of us, show you what it works with and connects with, and then actually do it here together. And then I'll take a picture of it and post it on my page so that you can save it to your phone and work with that mudra all week long. Because the more you work with it, the more it just facilitates the growth and healing needed. These also help to bring forward that, or helps to facilitate enlightenment and consciousness expansion. So again, very powerful. Some of them do come with cautions because of the overabundance of energy that can be channeled into those centers. If you already suffer from a physical ailment in that area that the mudra chakra rules over, then you just kind of err on the side of caution, and I will let you know that in advance, because then it can overstimulate the area, which can create some irritability and aggravation in that area, which you may not want to experience. So then it will be up to you to decide whether or not you work with that mudra. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what mudra comes forward for the collective good for the week of August 16th, 2021. What will most benefit us to work with this week? Ooh, okay. So they're bringing attention. This is not a mudra, this is a chakra, and it's just bringing our awareness to the solar plexus chakra. Not surprising considering we have been working with the energy of Leo and the energy of the sun and the spiritual sun, which are all said to help with the nourishing of our solar plexus as well as our third eyes to really bring us into that state of inspired empowerment. So, obviously, the color is this beautiful, like yellow or even a golden yellow. It's called the Manipura chakra, and it translates to the city of gems. And its sound is Ram, RAM, and it rules over our digestion area and our pancreas. So that in the physical body, so it's like helping us to digest life and circumstances to help us be able to process that. When we can process something, we can release it and move beyond it or embrace it. Its element is fire, so you've got that alchemical, transmutational energy of fire coming in. And its qualities are vitality, determination, conscious action, and divine will. And I spoke of the blue energy with that whole divine will, right? Okay, so we'll hold on to this, and let's see now which chakra wants to come forward with that chakra mudra. They want to give us a mudra today? Do we get a mudra today? Doesn't really feel like... Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Can't make it up. It's yellow, which means what? Solar plexus. Now it can work with other chakras, not solely just the solar plexus. But this one specifically, its ruling chakra is, ruling chakra is the solar plexus. And it is the Mustika mudra. And it says determination. So it helps you, that again, that determination of will, that sense of, I just saw, oh my. Yeah, that determination of will to really help us full steam ahead once we are able to receive this guidance, this insight, this wisdom, or this movement created by these beautiful alignments this week with Uranus going retrograde, shaking things up, cracking that foundation, to let the golden love light in, right? And then it fills the cracks, and then it's something altogether different and more potent, more magical. So this is giving us that sheer determination to succeed. And it assists with spiritual discipline, transformation, and willpower. It optimizes digestion and assimilation of nutrients. So again, you heard me talk about that, being able to digest life or situation, process it. Supports the kidneys and adrenal glands. It cultivates determination and commitment to releasing self-limiting beliefs, which is really important when we are shifting into, really kind of stepping boldly into something new and, kind of stepping beyond cycles and circumstances. There could be a lot of limiting self-talk, self-beliefs, and a lot of self-doubt that could come up. So it's really important to utilize this mudra when those do happen, if they happen. There is no caution with this one, surprisingly, because it's a solar plexus one, so usually there is. So we're going to do this one together, for those of you who choose. Super simple. You're just going to curl the fingers inward, bringing the pads of the fingers toward the palms, thumbs on the outside, okay? Bring the heels of the hands together and join the second joints of the fingers, okay? So you can see. All right. And obviously thumbs are going to go up. Bring them together and then hold them lightly against your abdomen. Okay, so solar plexus area, stomach chakra, for those of you who aren't familiar with solar plexus terminology, just because I always forget, some people might be new to chakras and mudras. So you can hold that there, straighten your spine and relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath in. And release. Again, deep breath in. Last breath. Breathe in. And release. And you can state, my sense of positive determination arises from within. My sense of positive determination arises from within. My sense of positive determination arises from within. And so it is. Okay. And that's it. So whenever you work with mudras, it's believed to, you use the breaths in increments of 3. So going forward, each day you can increase by 3. So today we did 3 breaths. You work with this tomorrow, maybe you want to do 6 breaths. And the next day you want to do 9 breaths, and so on and so forth. And this happens to go into the Pythagorean theorem of the 3, 6, 9, and the solfeggio frequencies are all based upon the 3, 6, 9. So really, really potent numbers and to go with it. Okay, so I'll post this on my page, and feel free to save it and work with it all week long. So they weren't lying when they said solar plexus was coming up. So it's helping us really actively get to that space, if you will. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me this week. So much love and blessings and gratitude always for your support, for being here, and for your feedback and love. So I hope that you all have an amazing week, an amazing full moon. And I look forward to seeing you next moon day, should the universe allow. Take care. Bye-bye.